Hi everyone, and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with my show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. And it's my weekly Astro Tarot look at the things that are happening for each and every sign along the lines of their emotional geography or the emotional sector of their life. So I do this with a reading from the cards where I use a top and bottom technique. The top card will describe the overall emotional vibration or mood of the week. And then the bottom card I use to say, will you be lucky? Will you be lucky in love, of all types of loves, or will you be lucky in general? But generally along the idea of what is emotionally pleasing to you. So I also have included an enchantment that we will do together, basically a meditation from the Enchanted Tarot by Zerner and Farber, Amy and Mani. And it's a wonderful one, so I hope you will share with me that. That's the Enchanted Tarot. That'll be at the end. We're going to start off, though, with a short affirmation or reading from the oracle known as the Universal Love. And it's designed by Toni Carmine Salerno. And I just recently found out that we're already using some other things that Toni Carmine Salerno has worked on, including our Happy Hour Namaste Blessing cards. So big shout out to her and all her creative works. Let's do this meditation once again from the Universal Love Oracle. I believe the card picked itself. Aww. It's Retreat. Isn't that pretty? That's very pretty. So let's throw that in there. And Retreat. The angel in this image is asking that you retreat. Have you been trying too hard to make something happen? Remember, when something you strive for feels constantly out of reach, or you are faced with obstacles, it does not necessarily mean that you are on the wrong path. Setbacks are often here to help us. Maybe you could change your emphasis or approach. Maybe it's simply a question of timing. Clear your mind. Forget about the images at hand for a while. Know that in retreat, you will find the answer, and that all happens with divine timing. So I certainly hope that's the case for everybody. So once again, that was the Universal Love Oracle by Toni Carmine Salerno. And we will now turn to our readings. And I'm using the Mermaid Tarot. There's a couple of different Mermaid Tarots. Mine, I believe, is just called the Mermaid Tarot by Lo Scarabeo. So remember, the top card is going to pertain to the emotional vibe or situation of the week. The bottom card will be, will you be lucky? And that's general for everybody for all purposes. All right, so we are starting off with Aries, of course. Sun, Moon, and Rising. These readings are good for each of those signs, the Moon sign, the Sun sign, or the Rising sign. So Aries, what is that emotional vibe or tone of the week? And it's the Six of Cups reversed. Well, that's not very good. The Six of Cups reverse could be saying that maybe you are dealing with issues or situations that are from the past. Maybe they're from the deeper past. Maybe they're from a more recent past. They may concern people that you were in unison with, either through family ties or maybe relationships. And maybe it's possible that you don't see a particular value in going back there again. Maybe there's something bothering you about that. So the emotional tone seems to feel a little bit like avoidance with maybe past issues or situations from the past that could be coming back to you today. So now the question is, will you be lucky in love or other things? And it's the upright Seven of Wands. And so in a way, I mean, yes, you will have to work for it. And of course, the Seven of Wands is saying you will really have to work for it. You may be really called, if this is something you want to be lucky in, you may have to really put forth extra effort, Aries. You may have to really make sure you are standing for exactly what you want. All right, so that was Aries. And we will now move on to Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right, Taurus, emotional vibrotone for the week. And it's the reversed Ace of Pentacles. The emotional tone of the week may be that things are just a little jumpy. Things aren't starting off exactly the way you wanted. This emphasis could be about material matters as it relates to the emotions. So maybe this is about people who are sharing something, like maybe they're buying something together, a home, a car. But it could also just be about, the material matters of structure around you that maybe from an emotional point of view, you're not feeling secure in your family situation because you feel things are not working out in exactly the way you feel they should be. So Taurus, will you be lucky? And it's the upright Queen of Wands. And it means yes, you will have to work for it in general. But some of this is saying, this is, I can't get it in there. Where have I heard that one before? Fine. Just fine. Queen of Wands, you have to work for it. And it seems to me like you're going to have to try to be more persuasive, more charming, showing more directly the energy you bring to the situation. If it is, about some sort of, lucky situation or timing situation in romance or something like that. Okay, we'll move on to Gemini now. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Gemini, what's the tone or vibe for the week? It's the reversed Eight of Pentacles. I think you feel that things are off the plan. Things aren't really working out, maybe in some way, romantically or otherwise, because you're not quite following the strategy. This could be something throwing you off. It may be you have to focus on other matters rather than the ones that you would want to. And so maybe you're putting off dealing with situations because you're not sure really how to do them. So will you be lucky considering all that? It's the reversed Hermit. I say, as a major arcana, it means good luck, but what the situation says is that maybe you're more likely just to need someone to listen to you, someone to be a friend. You sort of want to be maybe lost in the crowd with others and not necessarily on your own. So it's kind of like you just want to be around people maybe, and maybe that will do for now. All right, Gemini. What about you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising? What are the emotional vibes for you this week? Will you be lucky, Cancer? So the vibe for the week is slow down. It's the Eight of Wands reversed. And this could be saying maybe the realization that what it is you're seeking or trying to get towards, maybe you need to play a longer game at this. Maybe you need to take time out and regroup, re-strategize. It could just be saying too, in another way, Cancer, maybe you're losing interest in this particular game or hunt or whatever it might be. So the emotional vibration is maybe saying a little bit of disinterest, a little bit of not wanting to follow through with maybe something you thought you were. But will you be lucky? And once again, it's a major arcana card. It's the Chariot, who is upright. So it does mean good luck, but once again, this would be saying, in my opinion, that that's a better, less sunlight, that it's about the drive, the motivation you have for this yourself, whether or not you're going to put that together. So think about that, Cancers. And we'll move on to Leo. Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the emotional vibe for the week, Leo? Well, don't be so glum, chum. It is the star reverse, though. And maybe the emotional vibe for the week is suggesting you're going to realign to some degree what you feel is out there for you, your destiny, your future. It may be that if it was predicated more on emotional relationships, and if Leo is not exactly feeling served well by those, they may be trying to consider what that really means, and or if their destiny changes that significantly. However, will you be lucky, Leo? And it's cups, so it means it will come to you naturally, but it is the Two of Cups reversed, which could indicate that maybe if there is a relationship potential out there, it may feel or seem that it's gonna take a while to get through, that maybe it starts off without a lot of trust or harmony, and that perseverance may make it actually change, or at least into something that maybe implies beginning some sort of relationship. All right, Leo, we'll now move on to Virgo. Sun, Moon, or Rising. This one's for you, Virgo. What is the vibe for the week? And will you be lucky? However you wish to define that, Virgo. So first up, the emotional vibe for the week. It's the reverse Knight of Cups, and maybe you don't feel like being involved with romantic situations right now. Maybe you feel you're moving away from something that was a relationship or something you felt really strong emotionally about, but you feel like it's not working out and you want to move away from it. You want to take a pause either in the relationship or just actually dissolve it and move it away, possibly. Will you be lucky? Considering that, I'd say no, but it's the reversed Ten of Swords, and swords always means no. And the idea that it's reversed is saying that maybe if this is about ending a relationship of any sort, it's probably good that you do that, that something better will come, because this relationship may have been toxic. Even if there's a relationship with your comic book collection, maybe it's better if you get out of this. There's that glare again. All right, Virgo, so we are now moving on to Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So, Libra, what's the vibe this week? What's going on? It's the reverse Seven of Cups. Libra, this is interesting because maybe it indicates that a choice by you has been made in some regard. It may be about a relationship, but it certainly is about something that maybe you feel is engaging you and that you want to be a part of, or that maybe calls to you in certain ways. You feel like it's a good thing. So will you be lucky? Unexpectedly, perhaps, it says good luck because it's major arcana, but it is the Fool. And so this could be saying somehow you're going to be lucky, because the Fool is about luck in a way. And it may be unexpected. It may be something you don't really expect to happen. Now, of course, like I said before, this means lucky in love or of any sort, so it doesn't necessarily mean, the same for everyone. I'll just say it that way, I guess. All right, Libra, we'll move on to Scorpio now. Sun, Moon, and Rising. This one is for you. This one is for me because I'm a Scorpio. Top of the card, vibration for the week, Scorpio. And it's the reversed Eight of Swords. Well, if I didn't know better, Scorpio, you may come to some stark realizations about your emotional life, what it is that you feel possibly contains you and maybe represses you or holds you back in certain ways. And sometimes we don't want to feel codependent, but we end up in these kind of relationships. So it's no different for you, Scorpio. You may be in, some sort of codependent relationship. That's the vibe of the week. You sort of feel repressed. Okay, so will you be lucky? And it's the upright Ace of Pentacles. And so that's the beginning, maybe of something that is rewarding in certain ways, that involves decision and work, involves, putting forth something that has material benefit in some way. So it is a pentacle. It means it will come with a price, and it may mean that you'll have to do something, some sort of work, some sort of giving of something for it to happen. All right, Scorpio. So we're going to move on to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sagittarians, what is the vibe or tone of the week? It's It's the reverse Three of Swords. We're in recovery. We are getting healing due to maybe expected or otherwise sadness or things that maybe hurt ourselves emotionally. And so we are in a recovery period right now. We are feeling like we need to have whatever it is that gives balm to our soul. So will you be lucky, Sagittarians? And it's another three. It's not reversed, it's upright. It's the Three of Pentacles. And I think you'll get lucky. Pentacles means it will come with a price. But it's like an old song. You'll get by with a little help from your friends. And maybe it's not friends so much, but people who can really kind of lead you or guide you in certain ways. You know, sort of, it is a teamwork potential here. So I'll leave it at that, Sagittarians. And we'll move on now to Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And once again, I'm using the Mermaid Tarot, and we'll be doing an enchantment from Amy Zerner, Farber's Enchanted Tarot right after the last reading. Okay, so Capricorn, the vibe or tone of the week is the reversed Three of Pentacles. Gee, that seems funny, like we just had it. I kind of had a sense that we were going to have a repeat card like this. And we might have had one earlier too, by the way. So the reverse Three of Pentacles, maybe right now you're feeling like you don't really understand how to proceed. You don't understand how you can engage with others. If this is an issue of emotionality, it may feel like you're sort of semi-lonerish here. You don't want to necessarily commit to a partnership or to a project. So the tone is sort of feeling like wait and see in certain ways. Will you be lucky? And it's a major arcana, so it means good luck. But this one is definitely a good lucker because it's the reverse Tower. And I can feel like maybe there's a kinship between these cards because will you be lucky? This card is suggesting that there's a refusal to learn from certain mistakes or in general lessons you should have already before, things you should have understand that you're sort of hoping you don't have to go through it again, but you're gonna because you don't want to deal with that. So it is a good luck situation. It could be saying really you have to figure out how to get back to a better version of the Three of Pentacles and kind of go with plan in a way. All right, we're going to move on to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. By the way, the Sun recently moved into Aries, yesterday as a matter of fact, and we had our monthly modality message. So check that out. It's for the modality signs of the zodiac, and it's good until the Sun moves into Taurus. All right, back here with Aquarius, and your vibe or tone of the week is the Four of Cups. You need to take time to make some considerations here, especially if this is about emotional relationships of any sort. You may feel like there's been certain information about choices or ideas given to you. Maybe they all sound a little appealing, but maybe this is not really the time for you to think about that. Maybe you have to remain uncommitted to certain emotional situations at this time for some reason, till you learn more about them at any rate. So, will you be lucky, Aquarius? And it's the reverse Two of Cups. And Cups means it will come to you naturally, but this is reversed. And so it may be because you'll have to understand where other people really sit in terms of their emotions towards you. There we go. That's better. Like maybe you have to put on a little bit of your BSometer and realize who's really harmonious with you, who isn't, and whether or not you can actually work with that and change that. And of course, we're talking about whether you'll be lucky. So this may be talking about trying to mend some relationships that maybe have that potential for feeling lucky again. All right, so we will move on to Pisces now. Sun, Moon, or Rising. This one's for you, Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the vibe or tone for the week? Well, that's not very good. It's the Ace of Cups reversed. So it almost looks like the tone is really going to be stop and go here. This may be feeling like you wanted to engage in a relationship or start something new that maybe you felt was pleasing to you, made you feel good or made you feel happy, or you were emotionally involved with this. But for some reason, there's a delay here. It's not working out. You know, it could be being ghosted. You're being ghosted somehow in a way. Maybe you're being ghosted by another person, or maybe you're being ghosted by the parameters around the situation. But it feels like you're just sort of hung there in limbo. And so it's not necessarily bad, but it's a waiting tone. So will you be lucky? It's the Three of Wands reversed. It means yes, but you have to work for it. And I'd say you really have to work for it, because the Three of Wands reversed is saying maybe, bingo, it's Mercury retrograde. That's why the ghosting may be happening. I mean, we're getting near the end of Mercury retrograde, but people are still missing opportunities or not being aware of possible opportunities. And so it's the same result. Not being lucky or really having to work at staying in that loop. So that was it with Pisces for the entire zodiac. And as mentioned earlier, I was going to do an enchantment from the Enchanted Tarot like we've done recently. There's the back of the card. And so I pulled this at the very beginning of the reading, but not on camera, because I wanted to make sure I had whatever components I need to do the enchantment. And it turns out to be pretty cool. So it is the High Priestess. And all the cards are read upright. It's a beautiful image. It's kind of like tapestry. And Amy is superb at this stuff. I just really enjoy it. So let us do the enchantment then for the High Priestess. Close your eyes and relax. Visualize yourself in the temple grotto with the High Priestess. Know that she exists only to help you and answer your every question. While galaxies circle above you, pose your question without any attachment to the answer you will receive. In time, she will take her hands from behind her back, and in them will be the symbol of your answer. So I may try to pin this part of the enchantment somewhere. We'll see if I can do that, but feel free to record this or download it for yourself or refer back to it however you can. It's very nice, and I feel, a lot of us do have questions about where we're going in life and what kind of signs we need, and that's why, we're here, readers and people who want to read what readers say. So don't forget to watch The Unhappy Hour tomorrow evening. I think it'll be at 4 o'clock. Early in the day will be the Happy Hour, which is the live show, and that's at 10 o'clock, I believe, in the morning, 10 a.m. It'll be posted here. The Unhappy Hour is sort of like an agenda addendum to that, so check that out. It's a recorded show, but it's a lot of fun, perhaps, or it's an interesting view. Sunday brings us Banshee's Material Matters at 10 a.m. Once again, a recorded show. We are live in our chat room for that one, and we have a lot of fun. We deal with aspects of the reading. We sip some coffee and convene with the Tarot Tribe. Sunday afternoon brings us to the Sunday live stream show from 2 to 4 p.m. Join us then for more questions, and it's free, of course. It is busy, so get in early because we only have about room for 15 to 18 readings usually. Alrighty, take care, everybody, and we will see you soon. Bye.